In the bustling heart of Moscow, during the height of the Cold War, there lived a man whose forehead birthmark was nearly as famous as his policies. Mikhail Gorbachev, a Soviet politician with a penchant for perestroika and a knack for humorous mishaps, found himself in a sticky situation that left everyone in stitches. One blustery winter day, Gorbachev embarked on a journey to a remote Siberian village. Armed with his trademark birthmark and a bundle of warm fur coats, he set off on a Soviet-made snowmobile, determined to connect with the people. The snow-covered landscape stretched out like a pristine canvas, waiting for his tracks to leave their mark. As Gorbachev's snowmobile whizzed through the picturesque terrain, the engine sputtered and groaned. It wasn't long before the contraption came to a spluttering halt, leaving him stranded in the middle of nowhere. Grumbling to himself, he popped open the hood, steam hissing out like an angry cat. The predicament was dire, but Gorbachev had a plan. He donned his fur hat and gloves, furrowing his brow as he surveyed the endless white expanse around him. "I must find help," he mumbled to himself in Russian, his breath forming little puffs of steam in the chilly air. With an air of determination, Gorbachev trudged through the snow, the fluff of his fur coat flapping in the wind like a determined flag. His mission: locate the nearest village and secure a rescue operation for his forsaken snowmobile. The Soviet leader's earnest efforts, however, were soon to be thwarted in the most amusing way possible. As luck would have it, Gorbachev stumbled upon a rather odd-looking igloo. He blinked, his birthmark seeming to twitch in disbelief. An igloo, in Siberia? Nonetheless, the possibility of shelter and assistance was too tantalizing to pass up. With the stoicism of a statesman facing diplomatic negotiations, Gorbachev knocked on the igloo's icy door. Much to his surprise, the door swung open to reveal a penguin wearing a monocle and holding a tiny clipboard. Gorbachev stared, momentarily at a loss for words. "Good day," the penguin intoned in impeccable Russian, as if this were the most natural occurrence in the world. "Good day," Gorbachev finally replied, his eyebrow arching. "Am I in the right place? I am Mikhail Gorbachev, and my snowmobile has broken down. Could you possibly assist me?" The penguin regarded him thoughtfully for a moment, tapping his beak with the end of the monocle. "Ah, Mr. Gorbachev, I presume? I am Sir Reginald Featherbottom, the official igloo butler. Allow me to arrange accommodations for you." Before Gorbachev could protest, the penguin gestured with a flourish of his flipper, and the igloo's interior transformed into a cozy living room, complete with a roaring fireplace and a plush armchair. Gorbachev, still bewildered but amused, sank into the chair as if he were conducting a particularly delicate negotiation. As Gorbachev warmed his hands by the fire, Sir Reginald waddled over with a tray of tea and biscuits, his monocle gleaming in the firelight. They engaged in a most peculiar conversation, discussing everything from global politics to the art of ice sculpture. Gorbachev found himself charmed by the penguin's eloquence and amused by the absurdity of the situation. Hours passed in this delightfully odd exchange, until finally, a group of Soviet soldiers arrived to rescue their leader. Gorbachev bid farewell to his feathered host, chuckling as he climbed onto a rescue snowmobile, ready to be whisked away from the igloo in Siberia that defied all logic. The moral of the story? Even in the most unexpected of places, connections can be made and laughter shared. Mikhail Gorbachev, with his famous birthmark and penchant for perestroika, stumbled upon an igloo inhabited by a monocle-wearing penguin, forging an unlikely bond. In this comical encounter, where the world of geopolitics met the realm of the ridiculous, Gorbachev discovered that humor and humanity know no boundaries. And so, with a hearty laugh and a penguin salute, the leader returned to Moscow, the memory of an igloo butler warming his heart even in the coldest of times.
Thank you for listening. For more stories like this, please consider subscribing.